Need some coins for that God Squad you've always wanted? Check out rockbottomcoins.com for your one-stop shop of buying or selling coins and solo grinding services. Use code Zirksee at checkout for 10% off your order.
The whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be going over the NFL playoff promo and what you guys can expect to see. Now, of course, it's a little weird that we have like the Zero Chill promo going on, but the playoff promo is literally right around the corner. But it's definitely pretty nice to expect and to know that we have the playoff promo coming, and then right after that, we have another promo, and then we have like the Super Bowl, Ultimate Legends, just a ton of stuff that should be coming out. But before I get into it, I do want to say thank you guys very much for 55,000 subscribers. At the time of recording this video, we're like 25 away or so. So at the time this video is going up, we definitely will be over 55,000 subs. And I just want to say thank you guys so much. My original goal for this year was 50,000 by New Year's, and we completely blew that away. 55,000 subscribers, that is absolutely insane. Can't say thank you guys enough. But with that being said, let's get into the playoff promo and what I actually think is probably going to be, if you guys are a no money spent team, the best promo for you all year long. So getting into the playoff promo, as you guys can see, this actually came out last year on January 6th. Now, of course, it's going to be a little bit different this year. The Zero Chill promo actually goes until December 8th. Or January 8th. So I believe this promo won't drop until maybe the 11th, which of course is a Friday. It seems like EA likes to drop promos on Fridays this year. So the 11th does make sense for me. The 8th, of course, is a Tuesday. Now, could they announce it Monday? They could if they wanted to, but I think that's a little bit weird. So I do believe they'll probably wait until the 11th. If they end up dropping on the 7th, cool. But with that being said, let's get into the players and, of course, talk about what makes this promo so good for you no money spent players. Now, of course, first off, we had a legend. It was Deion Sanders. He was the MasterCard Deion Sanders. What you had to do to actually get this Deion was add all of the playoff captains. Now, of course, you didn't actually get them back as NAT, and we'll go over all those players, as well as the cards that are in the sets. But Deion Sanders was an absolutely amazing card. You actually got to choose between, I think it was his 49ers, his Cowboys, and I can't remember what the other team was you actually got to choose between. I think it will say it in here. But there was 3 different teams you got to choose between card arts on him. A lot of people chose the Cowboys one. But Deion Sanders was an absolutely amazing card. Now, of course, I don't expect him to get an upgrade anytime soon, since we just got that Blitzmaster. So it is possible we see maybe... I really can't give any guess to that, to be honest. But Deion Sanders was the legend of the playoff last year. Now, when it comes to the captains, of course, we had 95 overall NFL playoff captains. Now, could we see 95 overalls again? Yeah, I think it would make sense to see 95 overall captains. We also had Jalen Ramsey, which sadly he will not be receiving one this year because the Jaguars are not going to make the playoffs. So that one really, really sucks. I love this Ramsey card. He was absolutely great. And I feel like Ramsey is in due time. He deserves a new upgrade. Sometime he only has that 92 overall team diamond. So I would have loved to have this card this year. We also had a Todd Gurley last year with 92 speed, 85 truck, 93 juke move, 893 elusiveness. Definitely was a pretty solid card. Could we see it again? Meh. Maybe. I mean, he did just have a blitz upgrade as well, so probably not with that one. Micah Hyde, 89 speed, 91 acceleration, 78 hit power, but he had 94 zone coverage. Very, very good zone. Harrison Smith as well had a pretty solid upgrade. A little bit slow for me with 93 hit power, 93 zone though, and an 88 speed. Travis Kelce, 86 speed. This card was absolutely ridiculous. 91 spec catch, 91 catch in traffic. We also had Cameron Jordan, who had 95 power move, 94 block shed. Was one of the best pass rushers in the game for like literally all year. We also had Brandon Graham, again, another pretty solid pass rusher, 95 power move, 92 block shedding. Jack Conklin, 93 run blocking with a 95 pass block. We also had Kawan Short, who had 70 speed, and that card was pretty solid with 95 block shed, 94 power move. Of course, we also had Tom the Goat Brady and David DeCastro. So it was a pretty solid bunch of 95 overall captains, and of course you had to go ahead, if you wanted to anyways, you could put them all into the set to get this Deion Sanders, and you get them all back as NAT. Now last year, you didn't have the option to like quick sell them for training, so it makes it a little bit more, how do I put this? Okay, if EA decides to go the same route where you have to do a master set and get the cards back as NAT, because honestly, my team, if it was this year and I had all these players, personally I have so many running backs and some really solid O-linemen, I don't like to get stuck with O-linemen for the entire year. I would probably keep Julio, Jalen Ramsey, and Travis Kelce. I'll probably quick everybody else, to be honest, for training. So I wouldn't be too mad if they decided to do it that way this year. Now, when it comes to the actual sets, as it says right here, you know, the 12 NFL teams made the playoffs get, of course, a captain for each team. Then we also had the set for, okay, so it was Cowboys, Falcons, and 49ers. Well, I can remember Falcons for that, Deion Sanders. But you also get to choose, you know, one of those 3 cards. Solo challenges. Now, the solos, and the objective list is actually the biggest thing here, but solos were a big thing as well. So after you completed the 13 solo challenges, they were not that hard to do. You got 25,750 coins, an Elite Fantasy Playoff Player Pack with an 89+ overall NAT playoff player, and that was huge. Now, I am going to show you guys the playoff players that we actually were able to get out of these packs, but last year, you were not able to just get 1. You actually got, in total, I believe, 13 playoff player packs. So taking a look at the players that were actually available in those packs, and a couple that weren't, but were actually limited time cards, we had Fletcher Cox, Stephon Diggs, Trey Flowers, Nick Foles, Ted Ginn, and Miles Jack, of course, for their, you know, respective games in the playoffs, how they did. So you guys can expect to see some more limited time playoff cards. Now, as for the cards that were actually in those sets, and of course, you need these cards to complete the sets, but I will show you guys the sets as well so you can see exactly how they worked. But at the time these cards came out, these 92 overall cards, they were some of the best in the game, or at least some of the players were some of the best in the game. And of course, if you're a no money spent team, these players are going to be huge to you. Now, you're not guaranteed to get a 92 overall, obviously, but there's 13 packs. I believe last year I actually made a video of me opening the packs. I think I pulled 4 92 overalls. And I'll show you guys the rest of the overalls as well. Before the top players, we have Justin Houston, of course, 92 overall. Cameron Hayward, Patrick DeMarco, that's all there is about it. Malcolm Butler. Mark Barron was a pretty solid user, but by far the best one and the most expensive one, if you pulled this man and you were able to sell him, my lord, Deion Jones. 90 speed, 90 hit power, 88 zone at the time. 90 speed. I think Deion Jones was either the fastest or like a top 2 or 3 fast middle linebacker. So he was like an insanely good pull. If you pulled Deion Jones, I want to say he was over 300K. He might have actually been like way more than that. I don't remember exactly how much he was going for. But Deion Jones was super expensive. By far the best one. Michael Kendricks, Brandon Linder, Brian Arakpo, Julius Peppers. We also had Adam Thielen, Max Hunger, Ken Crawley. There were also some 91 overall players. And there were even some lower overall players than that. Now, as you guys can see, there were also some 85 overalls, 87 overalls. But in these specific packs, you actually were guaranteed to get an 89 plus elite player, so that made it a little bit better. You were able to get 13 89 plus overall elite players, and basically all you had to do was complete 1 set. But that being said, let's go ahead and show you guys all of the sets that are in the game. So taking a look at the sets, we have the AFC and the NFC. Now, of course, every single team has their captain, and they also have an exchange. Now, I don't think they'll have this exchange this year, of course, because it was Patriots silver tokens, Patriots gold tokens you could get by putting, I think it was like 5 or 6 high golds and low golds and high silvers, low silvers of Patriots players to get it. They don't have that specific team one this year. It's just silver players and gold players. Now, when it came to the sets, of course, you actually need to get all of those playoff cards with Malcolm Butler, Shaq Mason, Malcolm Brown. All of these cards you need to go ahead and get in order to get yourself Tom Brady, which is why it made that solo challenge and, of course, the objective list so good, because when it came to the objective list, it actually gave you 12 of those fantasy packs. So you could have a pretty good chance of pulling yourself Malcolm Butler, and then the solo challenge gave you 1. So from the objective list and the solos, which by the way, I believe the only part that actually made it kind of expensive to actually do the objective list was you had to complete one of these sets beforehand. So I'm pretty sure you had to do like a captain set, so you had to do like Brady, the Casper, Jalen Ramsey, which if I'm correct, I think it cost about 200 to 250,000 coins. So it did cost you a little bit, but in return, you got 12 packs, which was so much more worth it to just go ahead and do a set. So you got 12 packs. We have, you know, Brandon Linder, Sean Gibson. There was a ton of different cards you guys could pull, and it would save you so many coins when you're doing this card, or you're doing these sets, or in general, because the players you got were NAT. You could use the cards for your team and be perfectly fine, because the cards are still pretty freaking good. Now, could they still be 92 overalls, the top players in the sets? Yes. Could they be a little bit higher? Maybe. If they decide to do 93 overalls to top players like this Deion Jones, maybe they decide to do another Deion Jones. Well, of course, actually, no. They won't do the Falcons. But they can decide to do a 93 overall with some other team that will actually make the playoffs. If they want to do it that way, make the 93 overall kind of the top tier cards in the sets. And actually, just looking back at it, you actually get to pick an 89 plus overall elite. I just realized that. So all 13 of those packs, you actually able to get an 89 plus overall from every single pack, and that would help you complete the set. So that's another reason as to why they were so much better, because you couldn't pull someone trash like Brooks Reed. You would get yourself someone like Dontari Poe, Deion Jones, Sanu, Desmond Trufant. I think Brooks Reed was the only one that wasn't 85 plus. Maybe Austin Hooper was an 85. So you had a pretty good chance of pulling yourself someone pretty good from that pack, and either would A, save you a ton of coins doing a set, or B, give you a really, really good player. So that's why the playoff promo, in my opinion, is so good, because you got 13 89 plus overall elite player packs to either help you complete sets or keep them on your team. So the playoff promo, in my opinion, one of the best for no money spent players, and even for someone like myself who, yes, has a really, really good team. It will just help me if they decide to do it the same way and give us so many free elites. Complete some of the sets, complete a master set, complete a captain set, get those gameplays out for you guys, and of course, maybe keep some of the players on my team if they're actually good enough to stay. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and if you did, smack the like button, subscribe, and comment. I'm currently recording this at like 2:30 a.m. So, this video will probably be out, I think, maybe my second or third video. Probably my third video of the day. So make sure you guys go ahead and check out my other videos from earlier today. I'm sure I did one on the Legends, and I'm sure I also did one going over the new gifts that are in the game as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.